Hey folks, and welcome to this week's episode of The Little Joe Show. This week we're going to talk about Mance Lipscomb. He's one of the greats, man. Kind of a blues legend. He was a Texas country blues player. And I first heard of Mance by reading this book. It's called Masters of Instrumental Blues Guitar. It's by a guy named Donald Garwood, I believe. Yep, Donald Garwood. And I got this thing at a library sale in Hagerstown, Maryland, back in the early 90s. This is an older book. It's on Oak Publications. I'm sure you can find it. It's got to be out there somewhere. It's a great book. And they have the song in here that we're going to talk about. And they talked about Mance's monotonic bass, that where you're just on one string. 1, 2, 3, that kind of... They talked about that, and it got me real interested in Mance. That's not what we're going to do today, although I'll show you that, and I'll leave that in the tabs over on Patreon if you're interested in seeing what monotonic bass is all about. All right, so Mance Lipscomb. We're going to talk about Sugar Babe, which is also in this same book. And that was my first exposure, was just this book back in the early 90s. I had not heard of him, surprisingly. And at that time, YouTube wasn't really around yet for me to go to. So I looked around, I found old records, I found little old things, this and that. And eventually, when YouTube came, I did get to listen to his version of Sugar Babe. And I really love it. And it somewhat differs from what's in this book. I'm not sure exactly where Mr. Garwood got the version for this book. But anyway, Sugar Babe. So, Mance generally plays in standard tuning, although he does do some slide. He does it with a pocket knife, and I've got a few lessons on that. And his slide playing is really cool. He mostly, I believe, does open D or open E. He probably does open E, but anyway. All right, here we go. Standard tuning is E, A, D, G, B, E. And this is the tuning most people start when they're learning C and G, D, A, E. Most of your basic cowboy chords. All right, guys. So let me just play through this, and then we'll talk about it. That's the tune, okay? Now, he does have variations on it, of course, as he goes through. And basically, that's the basic tune, all right? So, let's just go through it. We're going to do an alternating bass. We're going to make an E chord and do an alternating bass. That's our first thing, all right? So, we're alternating 4, 6, 4, 6 on the open E. First move. I'm going to show you the upper strings, and then we'll put it together. It's going to be 3rd string, 1st fret, pull off to open, and then 1st fret again, 1st fret on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, and then again on the 3rd string, 1, open, 1, and then 1st string. All right, that's the first part. And then we're going to go to the A. In this case, I'm going to make an A7th, and I'm going to use my 3rd and 2nd finger. My 2nd finger is going to be on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. The 3rd string's open, 3rd finger, 2nd fret of the 2nd string. And then we're going to just go 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4 while we're muting. And then the top would go. All right, so that's on the 2nd string, 2, open, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, and then we're going to go 2, open, 1. So, all right. So, and then we're just going to go. And all that is we're doing the 6-4 again. 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Third string, open 1, and then second string open. And we do that twice. Then we're going to go. And this was always the hardest part of this song for me. Mance, usually when he made an E chord, he did not use the 5th string. He just... All right, so now there's several ways you can do it. I want to go through some of these other alternative ways to do things too. So it's... So, still keeping the 6-4, but we're taking our second finger and we're putting it on the second string of the second fret of the 4th string. And we're taking our first finger and having it on the first fret of the second string. And our pinky is going to go to the 4th fret of the 1st string. And we're going to pull off to open. 4, open, and then 2nd string, and then 3rd string, holding the 1st fret. Like that. And then we're going to do a B7th. And we're going to go 5-4. Okay. All we're doing is going open 1st string, 2nd fret 1st string. Now, a B7th in that way. Let me show you that chord. That's just, I put my second finger, 2nd fret, 5th string. First finger, 1st fret, 4th string. Third finger, 3rd fret, 3rd finger, 3rd fret, 3rd string, and pinky would be on the 2nd fret on the 1st string. The 2nd string's open. So, all we do, ba da 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 da, and then we're back to E, and we're just gonna play the 1st, 2nd, and 6th strings. And we're going to keep that 6-4 going. We're going to play open 3rd string, hammer on 3rd string, open 1st string. All right? So that's it. Just show you again. There's a couple of different things you can do in there, and they're pretty interesting too. And again, this all will be in the tabs over on Patreon. So this one is... Sorry, I messed up the last part. All right, I always have to do that once every time during the show just to make sure and keep myself humble. Okay, back to it. So, what are we doing different here? All we're doing, instead of going up to the 2nd fret on the 2nd string, we're going to the 3rd. And then, instead of going to, when we get to the A, instead of going to the 2nd fret, to the 3rd on the 1st string. Now, what was that? That time, instead of going to a B7th, we just slip back to the A7th, and we go open 1st, 2nd fret 1st, and then back to E. So, all right, guys, that's the tune. That's how you play it. Have fun with it. There's a lot of cool little things you can do with it. And for our exclusive lesson over on Patreon, I'm going to go through a lot of the little add-in licks and wonderful things like that that Mance could put in there, like this. That kind of stuff. All right, so join me over on Patreon, and we're going to dig more into all that stuff to make the song a little bit more exciting. In the meantime, have a great week. Please like and follow here on YouTube. That just helps me keep everything rolling, guys. I'll see you next week for more of The Little Joe Show.